Hello everybody, I am Baltmatrix, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Earthspark NIGHTSHADE. The figure comes with a couple of accessories. The figure comes with two knives that are storable in the figure's wings. I'll show you that in just a second. And the figure also comes with a disembodied torso. It is, however, wearing a very nice turtleneck. As you can see, the figure has a flight stand hole in its keister. But please make no mistake, the figure can stand with absolutely no problems whatsoever. All of the joints on this figure are nice and tight, and it stands perfectly, even though it is a bit on the top-heavy side. These knives that I was talking about earlier do peg into the tops of the wings with no problem whatsoever. Getting them out, however, is a little bit tricky. It's not hard. You just need to make sure that you grab the knife by the handle, or by the guard, and kind of wiggle it out. That's the best way to do it, I have found. But I can't argue with the overall look. The figure looks great. The animation accuracy of this figure is quite good. The paint is good. The plastics feel good. It's just a solid figure. The only complaint I have that I can levy against it is the owl feet sticking off the back of the forearms. Could have been done neater. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It's just something that annoys me. The pearlescent paint on the figure's wings is gorgeous. It's just absolutely beautiful when you get it in hand, and it just pops compared to the rest of the figure with the matte green finish. And it's on both sides of the wings, both front and back. It's very nice, and I'm so glad Hasbro bothered to paint both sides. Head sculpt is equally very good and definitely animation accurate, and head is on a ball joint and has a lot more range than some of the other figures that are on ball joints. It's really nice, except the eyes, and this is something of the character design that just irritates me with them. The eyes are just too big and creepy for me. I know that's really silly, but it's something that bugs just me. It's just creepy. It's like it's staring into my soul. Wait, I have a soul? If you do pick this figure up for yourself, be aware that the wings make the figure incredibly top heavy. It's not a huge deal. Just keep the wings straight out like that, or even back just a little bit. But the figure has nice big heels, so it's not the biggest issue. Just need to be aware of it. That's why I keep it on the flight stand most of the time. That just makes the posability a little bit easier for me. But the wings themselves are on ball joints, and they have hinges. Though they're not the most, bendable hinges. They do fold up, but when we get into the owl mode, there is just an oddity with the way the figure is assembled that's just weird for me. But head, as I said earlier, on a ball joint. Shoulders on a ball joint. There is an upper bicep swivel. Hinge at the elbow. No fist articulation. Torso swivel is not present due to the transformation, which is a shame. Legs are on ball joints and can kick forward, back, and can only kick out about 45 degrees. Actually, that's more like 35 degrees. Bend at the knee is present for the transformation and can really bend. Foot articulation is present with a heel rock off side to side, not 90 degrees though, and the foot can move forward and back for the transformation. And the transformation is pretty cool. It's very simple, but it's a lot neater than I thought it was going to be. We'll look at that as soon as we're done with some size comparisons. Earthrise Warrior Class Twitch, Earthrise Ultra Class Thrash, Earthrise Warrior Class Megatron, Earthrise Warrior Class Optimus, and Warrior Class Bumblebee. And here are some other Deluxe Class and a Voyager Class figure to give you an idea of the scale that we're dealing with. Man, these lines, the scale is just all over the place. Transformation for NIGHTSHADE is fun. I find this transformation really fun. To start off with, grab the head, push it down into the gut, and then flip up the owl head. And there we have Horus from Egyptian mythology. No, we don't. Come down to the feet. Fold the toes up and the heels up like that, and then bring the entire hip around. Turn the legs so that you can, do this to the knees, and then they will collapse up like that, and the hips will fold all the way up. Just gotta get them up there, and then the rear of there's a tab on the inside of the knees that will tab into place behind the owl head. And then come down to the arms and flip down the owl arms, grab the shoulders and fold them in like that, and just get them lined up, bring them into place, and then clip the arms together and fold out the toes on the feet, and we're done. That's it. The owl mode is really cool. I really like this owl mode. I just wish that the shoulders were a little bit cleaner. It's the best they could do given the budget that these figures are working with and the design. But it does work. It really does. I would, however, love to see a more complex Studio Series version of this figure, but I still really like it. Now, this is the thing about the wings that I find weird. So the wings are on these ball joint and hinges, so you could turn them and then have the wings hanging down like this. And I know I'm asking for biological accuracy here because that's not the way owls' wings work, but I could forgive it because you get this really nice silhouette that we've got going here. It looks like a Cybertronian owl. As we know from the show, Nightshade didn't scan an actual owl. They scanned an owl statue at a cemetery, so they ended up with this. But it works. It really does work. The major nitpick I have about this mode is the owl head can't look forward. So when it's flying, it's perpetually doing this. When we know that owls' heads can rotate like 90 degrees forward pretty well. I really wish that that little component was there. Maybe they could have added a slot back here with a ball joint, so you pull the owl head up and then tilt it forward. That would have been something that would have been really cool, but this is, again, me just being nitpicky. I still think this alt mode is really neat. And here's how Nightshade compares to Twitch and Megatron. They're the only other two flyers we've gotten at this size class, and this is the only beast mode figure we've gotten at this size class. Overall, Nightshade is a great figure in a toy line where we've gotten some really questionable toys that, honestly, as I've been trying to transform some of these figures for size comparisons, they don't hold up all that well, especially Bumblebee and Twitch. Those two figures are kind of fall aparty. Oh, and Prime's legs keep wanting to fall off at the biceps. Yes, those are where legs. Oh yes, because those are where English hard. They're a ton of fun, and I can't wait to see what people do to customize this thing, because I think that there's a whole bunch of potential for this figure to have some absolutely amazing repaints and some absolutely amazing kit bashes. I'm just super excited to see what the community is going to do with this thing. So folks, let me know what you think of Nightshade down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.